how you doing? My name's Ryan, and today I have a smorgasbord of lights, courtesy of Bling Bling Brick. These are the kits that I picked up at Brick Fair a while back, and I finally get to add them to my collection. So let's get right to it. We'll start off with this one of their newer products. This is an Iron Man Big Fig with an Avengers light up nano gauntlet, which, if you remember last time where I had one of these gauntlets, and I lost the time stone because it was stuck inside a brick and I couldn't use it, and that made me really sad. This is gonna make up for it. Open this guy up. Looks like we have two forms of power. We have USB, it's a cute little USB with two wires attached to it, as well as a battery brick. I always prefer a battery brick because it's easier for me to mount and keep portable, but the USB works well for larger sets when you have a lot of space. And I imagine I'll use a USB when I get my new Lego City all set up. So let's pull off this Big Fig's hand. It's funny, all the past Lego Infinity Gauntlets have been for the left hand, and the Nano Gauntlet has been for the right hand. Not sure if that actually is important or not, but it probably isn't. So I think in this kit, both the arc reactor in the center as well as the gauntlet light up. Let's find out. And 3, 2, 1. Ooh, very nice, very colorful as well. Now it's always really tough to photograph these light up kits because the lights are so bright, especially these gauntlets, because the lights are so bright and so close together. But when you lower the exposure, you kind of get a better sense of what I'm looking at in person, and that's each one has a nice colorful glow to it. Now, because it's a red metallic plastic, the red, orange, and yellow stones, the Mind, Reality, and Soul, they all kind of blend together into one color, almost like a reddish yellowish. And I think this might be resolved when LEGO finally releases an official Nano Gauntlet, where it's not metallic red, but just a matte red. But I think the lights are clean here. There's no bleed on either of them. The center light is just kind of a little pop of light right in the center. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this one. Up next, we have some light up boots for the original LEGO Thanos. This guy, the one that came with the Avengers Space Quinjet. Now, when I was talking to Bling Bling Brick in person, they told me this is one of the few kits that they have that uses official LEGO pieces. This build right here, this little boot, and this other boot, uses actual LEGO pieces. Most of the time, they use LEGO compatible bricks to keep their prices low, which, again, makes sense, especially with the lights you're adding to these products. It'd be really expensive otherwise. So, just kind of a fun fact there. What you doing back there, Mimu? I don't trust you. Now, for this kit, there are 3 modes of power. We have battery brick, battery box, and USB, and each one comes with 3 separate prongs, even though there are 2 boots. And the reason behind that is so you can power up both of Thanos' hover boots as well as the Infinity Gauntlet at the same time. Nice little feature there. So let's put on these boots. There's really no setup required here. Just kind of pop them on, put the flipper up. 2. Mimo, get down. This is why I don't trust you. And 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Oh, I like the glow beneath. I didn't expect that, actually. We have 3 lights for each one. Each boot, we have light on the side, and we have 2 on the bottom, giving a nice little hovering look to it. I quite like in this kit that not all the lights are the same brightness and luminance. The side light is a much more subtle glow than the under lights, and that's just a nice touch. Up next, we have 2 sets. We have light kits for both Ghostbusters Ecto 1, the original, and the remake. I'll start off with the original Ecto 1 first, and I have my computer with me because I need to know where the lights go, so time lapse. Roof on, tube back, backplate in. Boom! Ecto 1 now has lights. I'm going to grab my little USB powered battery box, plug her in, 3, 2, 1. Oh, the lights dance! Oh, that's cool. They're not all on at the same time. They have a little flicker. Oh, the top one goes from green to red to blue. And purple in there. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, there's even a little interior light. This is so cool. This is so cool. I love that. I love the movement of the lights, not just they're all on at the same time. It gives it some real life to it. All the wires go out the back. They're super hidden. You can kind of see a little bit through the inside. But on the top, they're quite nicely hidden. This is a gorgeous piece. And last but not least, we have a light kit for the other Ecto-1, the remake, which is actually incredibly dusty, my goodness. I should probably think about dusting my Lego sets pretty soon. But first, let's add some lights. I will say, while putting together these kits, one of the harder but most rewarding parts of it is when you find that perfect spot to hide the wires. Like, I had to fish them through the back door and below the Ecto-1 license plate and out the back. And the instructions do help quite a bit with this, but sometimes you have to get a little bit creative yourself, but when you get it right, it's super rewarding because these wires are incredibly hidden. Like, I have ones running from the front to the back, from the top to the back, and I'm going to put on one twisty tie, just in the back of it, so it all holds together. Obviously, with both Ecto-1s, it was much easier to take apart the set and put it back together, as opposed to Disney Castle, because this, is a huge, really delicate set, and these cars, they're not as expensive, they're not as high risk, but they still have a pretty good reward with lights. And speaking of which, let's plug this in and see what it looks like. And moment of truth, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Nice! This back piece, this is the highlight. This is like a wave of lights, this red and white light. Very police officer-like, very, very nice. The front headlights are nice and clean. Actually, you have 2 different lights for each headlight. I still cannot get over the interior lights. That's one of my favorite parts, lighting up the inside of the car as if it's turned on. And there's even a light in the back storage area where all the ghost packs are held. And I love these little subtle rear lights. Those are really cool. There's definitely not as much animation on this as the older Ecto-1, but there is a subtlety to this that I'm quite happy with. Yeah, this is a pretty cool kit. Well, this has been a great day for LEGO Lights. Thank you once again to Bling Bling Brick for providing me with all of today's kits. I'll be sure to put all the links in the description below. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.